Now, in addition to predicting, we must know dangerous corners in order to use the car safely. Dangerous corners are similar to blind spots in that they are angled spots. Angles that we can't see but the blind spot is not seeing. Because it is beyond our eye level to see at 75 degrees, but if someone can see at 90 degrees most of the time, the blind spot will widen or the weak point may be closed. But for safety, we take a long view to close the blind spots first. But this is the dangerous point in the case of children. It is a very interesting case to study. Whether children or adults, it is similar. But the case of children is a very interesting case. Because we had a lot of incidents with children. Sometimes the adults get out of the car. If it's not a big car, pickup truck, or really high-end car, adults often escape, but the child, even if the car was connected high or not, it would not be possible. It will have a chance of being very dangerous. Let's look at the pattern here. There are 3 cars running. The red car is on the left, and of course the right car usually runs faster than the left car. Now, if there is a child running across the road here, why do you like bringing children? The child sees straight angles. There will be no excuse. The corner is right. As soon as he sees it's free, he crosses it. Or a red car parked and then the child ran across. When he ran across, that's all he saw of the car on the right. Is this correct? The red car was wrong because it was at a limited angle. This dangerous angle is this right angle. At first I couldn't see it, but when the car stopped, they couldn't see it because they couldn't see it. Looking at the black car, it was already a dangerous spot. The black itch was no longer visible. I will say that the black itch is visible. The black itch was no longer visible. Because our human bodies can't see through objects, we can't see them. When we can't see this place, it's all dangerous spots. When children cross, of course, if we don't stop crashing, that's for sure. Therefore, whether we drive on the right or on the left, this is a dangerous corner. Suppose we drive on the right. Someone crossed the road and there was a center island. Crossing the road and into the center island, maybe a child. The car on the right suddenly stopped to let people cross the road. The left car will have a dangerous point. This opposite dangerous angle is the same. Then there is a chance of a collision. Therefore, if we see a car stopping, we should stop accordingly. Because of course something must have crossed over. Therefore, this is an example where we can see how dangerous angles occur. Is it correct to understand the dangerous angles that will occur? When we look at the sample image on the right-hand side, do you see it? That is, we might be able to see a person's head. Or if the child doesn't see it, we don't see it. Now if we see a person's head, we go to the point just now. Do we see a human head? If we can see a person's head, we have to predict it in the form of driver vision, namely the dangerous angle. We have to reduce speed. That is, driving. They say that driving in the community is a source like this. That is, there's just this lane. It's a community source. And the car can only drive in 2 lanes. 3 4 lanes are on the other side. There are 2 4 lanes, so it can easily be dangerous. You should use low speed. Always be prepared. Always be prepared. So that we can be good drivers. The child doesn't even see the green line. The children didn't see it, and we didn't see it. Now, there's a dangerous corner caused by parking. Suppose there are cars parked on both sides. What we don't see is whether children cross over. This is a road crossing that would have occurred if a road crossing had happened. We won't see the black itch. It's in a restricted corner, a blind corner, a dangerous corner. Therefore, when you come, say hello to the cars along the way. Observing the behavior of the cars along the road is important. It's not that we drive and we listen to music. We let our eyes relax. If he stops, we will notice first. Therefore, when we stop, this will continue to extend to people who stop. When we intend to stop, don't stop suddenly. Stop and touch the brake light. Let the car behind you know first. If there is a situation like this, it means that the car on the left and right is preparing to slow down. So don't just delay. Tap the brakes to let the car behind you know. The black car was already behind. But because the 2 cars had stopped, he was driving, so he was at a dangerous corner. It will cause an accident, so here we must not create a dangerous corner. In order to have an accident, therefore, we see that when they touched the brake light, the car behind thought that there must definitely be something going on, so he touched it and got ready to stop the car to avoid an accident and prepared himself on both sides. We must always look at 3 points: the left footpath on the straight, the axe footpath, and the road in the middle of the road, so that we can predict various situations. Prepare to avoid accidents easily. The red dot is a danger point. And as soon as he came out of danger, our car immediately crashed into a boom. This kind of accident happens often. It often makes us unable to control or do anything with it. Therefore, caution is advised here. We should look and understand the various patterns of accidents that may occur. Must be careful if there are many cars parked in a row. We need the cars on the left and right to open our view first. Let us have everything in perspective. We must open our perspective so that we can see the perspective. Because if we don't see the point of view, it's very dangerous. Whether left or right, our black car was driving by and we couldn't see it. If there is a crossing, cars on the right hand side are good. We'll make a U-turn and get stuck. This one will come across, but he's not sure if that's it or not. As soon as I saw a traffic jam, I crossed over. And when I ran across, the first episode was on the central island. Looking at the car, there was no running at all. But we run at 90 kilometers per hour. Then I ran quickly. Therefore, the chance of an accident is very high. We can't see it. The corner is closed and we are using speed too. So take a good look. If we are running in one car and while other cars are parked, you have to reduce your speed to prepare for a dangerous corner. Dangerous corners definitely arise. But we don't know how dangerous it is. The dangerous angle has happened before. But danger may follow. Therefore, we must keep up with these dangerous corners. There is an immediate opportunity because if you don't see it, you won't be able to brake in time. How many runs will you run? Multiply that by 1001.
How much does the car run?
Especially when you see it. You withdrew, then the car slammed into view again. The harder the crash, the bigger it is.